Mondays. It's Monday, but it's okay. Now let's go to the show. What up, everybody? It is Monday, but it's okay. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are really excited for this week. Why are we excited for this week? Well, because it's a new week. We get to start off things, right? And what do we do here today on this podcast?
We talk about Mondays.
Mondays. But what is Monday?
Okay.
It's okay. Because ain't nobody want to be here on Monday, but we're here with you guys while you guys are at work listening to us, or whether you're cleaning your rooms for the beginning of the week, whatever it is that you guys are doing. We are here for you guys as kind of like a little escape, talk about what happened in our week, just have some laughs, you know what I mean? So it'll be a fun one for you guys today. And I'm just going to say this at the rip, which I usually say at the back of our podcast. Please, if you're listening to this podcast, drop a 5-star review or 5 stars and then review us. And whatever you write on your review, we will talk about on the podcast, okay? Doesn't matter what it is. It could be a question, it could be a statement, it could be a subject, a predicate, Activision, a Ubisoft.
What's a predicate?
I think Eminem said it one time.
No, I remember learning that in school because you said that right. Subjects and predicates or something.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. I think it has something to do with people not liking certain races.
What?
I don't know.
That's prejudice.
What'd I say?
Predicate.
That's what I said.
Shut the freak up.
I'm so sorry.
Wait, let's find out. Hey Siri. It's Google.
Why do you have Google? You turned my Hey Siri on.
Hey Google. What's a predicate? I wasn't done talking.
Stop.
What?
You said the N-word.
I didn't say it in a bad way.
True.
Stop. What is a predicate? What is a predicate? Oh my gosh, bro. Google.
Google says you could just type it though. Okay.
What if I don't know how to spell it?
It's just autocorrect it. Just voice to text it.
In a sentence, the predicate is the... That's what I was just trying to do. In a sentence, the predicate is the part that contains the verb and provides information about the subject. Tells what the subject is, does, or is like. Essentially, the predicate is everything in the sentence that isn't the subject. That's stupid, bro. Why would I ever need to know that?
So it's like if you're an American outside the bathroom, what are you inside the bathroom? European. Exactly. So the predicate would be European. Because the subject would be you, so the predicate would be European.
But who chooses what the subject is? What if we're talking about the bathroom?
Why are we talking about the bathroom?
Who knows?
Why are we talking?
Who chooses that? The reader or the author?
I think the Savior.
What?
I think he's the one who created the earth. Or he formed the earth, I should say. Ooh, trivia crack.
Okay, I've been playing trivia crack with this random person, right? Amelia Edwards. If you're watching this,
yes.
Screw you.
Screw you, Amelia Edwards.
She has no life.
No?
No life. I'll play. 30 seconds later, Amelia Edwards has gotten a crown. And I'm like, screw you. And this last time, it ended 5-5, right? So we tied.
Yeah.
I rematched. But for some reason, she's always on trivia crack. Don't know who it is. It's probably some 60-year-old woman, retired, just sitting on a couch.
Probably got it connected to her Facebook account and everything, huh?
Yeah, she got notifications on and everything. But yeah, I don't know who this person is. She was just like there when I downloaded the app. Yeah. So I played it.
And Trivia Crack is an old game too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like nobody's playing Trivia Crack anymore. So it's very interesting. Speaking of, can we just have a moment of silence for hanging with friends? Thank you very much, everybody. That was
gone?
Yeah, they deleted it a while ago.
What?
That was like, my mom always plays these our mom always plays these word games, you know what I mean? Like the Sudokus and stuff like that, Not Sudoku, what is it called with the letters and stuff, whatever.
Scrabble?
Yeah, Scrabble, thank you. But I didn't like any of them because she would just destroy me at them, right? Mom would also cheat. She would Google, right? She would Google different words.
Yeah, I think she's lying. She's not dyslexic.
Yeah, I ain't definitely
she's
dyslexic.
She's good with words.
But we would play Hanging with Friends, which was really fun because you were on balloons And I used to play with Grandma too. Actually, it was super fun.
Yeah.
But then they deleted it eventually. Same with like what was that one like with the pencil? Do you remember? It was like blue with the yellow pencil that you had to like draw things and then guess what the other person was drawing.
I think that's still a thing.
I think that one is still a thing. But that was like classic mobile games, dude.
Pictionary or something.
Yeah, it was like Pictionary, but it was like the mobile version of Pictionary.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But something that we decided the other day.
Oh, I didn't know we were going to talk about this on the podcast.
After we watched Superman, we are going to try and keep this as PG-13 as possible from now on.
Yeah.
We're not going to be perfect at it.
No. And if we do cuss, I'm going to hopefully edit the cuss words.
I mean, yeah, and like I said, PG-13, we're allotted one F word.
They say they say like the S word in Incredibles 2 or something like that.
They say everything except they get one F word in rated R in PG-13 movies.
Yeah. We get one F word a month. How about that? Oh,
I shouldn't have burped. I got my bad.
And you lean down straight into the microphone.
I always forget this mic. It picks everything up.
Yeah, it does. Okay, let's not make those noises.
What?
Continue talking to the people about our apology and how we're changing a little bit.
So yeah, we're gonna behave ourselves more. We're gonna have more PG-13 topics. Not that anything we've talked about has been rated R, not that I can think of.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah.
We just kind of noticed that like when we first started the podcast, we were doing like these little games, like top 5 stuff like that, and then like now we're just in. But then we're 16 episodes in, and then we're literally just saying the most random things that are at the top of our heads, and there's not any rhyme or reason, and then we're just throwing out words that like could be offensive to certain types of people. You know what I mean? And like, but we're not taking those episodes down because I think it'll be funny if we ever get famous and then somebody like tries to pull it up and be like, this person said this, so we're gonna cancel them. But like, we never said anything that's like hurtful. Everything we said was in a joking manner. You know what I mean? So
everybody gets butthurt about everything nowadays.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Like, whatever.
Exactly.
Well, you could say something that could be hilarious to some people and offensive to others. Who cares? Live your life how you want to live it.
Literally.
Yeah.
But a new addition to the house on top of that, you guys can kind of see it a little bit. We went to DI, which is kind of like a really big Goodwill, kind of. We got this little glass table here. So now we have a little ottoman to put things on. So that'll be cool. So hey, if anybody wants to sponsor us, you'll be right there. That'll be pretty cool. Can hug?
No.
Ah, dang it. Nathan doesn't like hugs. So, yeah. Also, sorry for the audio quality of last episode. I tried because we used these microphones and then also a normal microphone because we had a guest. So, we had 3 people, but we only have 2 of these microphones, And it just really didn't end up sounding proper. There was always an echo whenever, like, I would talk, I think. So, yes, in the future, if we ever have another guest on, I'll just have to buy another one of these mics so we can,
Or we'll eventually have an actual studio.
Yeah.
And we'll have mics and chairs and stuff set up.
And all that stuff comes with you guys leaving that 5-star review. You know what I mean? And telling your friends about it because that's how we grow as a podcast. And I will apologize. I have not been posting clips of the TikTok. I have been super lazy on that. So I'm going to start doing these a lot better. So we're actually recording this episode way earlier in the week, specifically so I have time to edit this stuff on top of my school and on top of my work as well. Like, for example, yesterday I literally worked a 12-hour shift, And today it was like a 9-hour shift, which is like the shortest shift I've ever worked, Yeah. But, yeah. So, a little bit of changes, but ultimately it's Monday, but it's going to be all right.
But it's okay.
But it's okay. So, we're still not going to, like, censor ourselves, We're still ourselves, but we're just not going to, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You know what type of people really make me angry?
Okay, there you go.
People that are indecisive.
Okay.
Elaborate. I was working, right? And I could tell this lady was trying to get to where I was, right? But in my mind, it's like, I'm trying to work, So if you're not going to be an adult and use your voice and ask me, be like, hey, can I grab this real quick? I'm not going to move.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep doing my job.
People will just stand there and watch you.
And assume that you're just going to move for them. So I don't move for them unless they say something.
Yep.
But anyway, but I needed to move like to the other side of the shelf to work something. So it allowed her the time to grab what she needed. And it took her 10 minutes to grab one thing of club soda. It's club soda.
There's like 3 options on the shelf too, right?
Yeah, it's all the same.
Yeah.
It's sparkling water. Mm-hmm. Like there's nothing to it.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, got done with my thing within like 10 seconds because it was super easy. Mm-hmm. And I was just standing there, and I eventually just got on my phone because she just standing there, just putting stuff back, looking at it. And in my mind, I was like, dude, indecisive people are the worst.
Yeah.
Because I'm the type of person that's like, especially when I go grocery shopping, I know what I need. I got my list. I go in. I get the stuff. I leave. Mm-hmm. The only time I'm ever indecisive is if something is completely brand new to me.
Yeah.
And there's multiple options. Then I'm like, what do I want first? But even then, 2 minutes max, I got my decision.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, if you're indecisive, work on that.
Yeah,
you're annoying.
I do think it's funny because we will both work in grocery stores. And so we have these carts that we're carrying around. So we're kind of covering a certain area, you know what I mean? And literally human beings, as human beings, everyone needs to work on this, okay? If you need to get where our cart is, just say something. It's not a bother. It's on wheels. We can move it in 2 seconds. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Don't just stand there and look at us, okay?
Yeah, we can't read minds.
Yeah, literally. And we can tell you're there, but we're doing something else. You know what I mean? So we're not going to go out of our way to help you unless you ask kindly. Then we will, you know, because, again, it's no issue for us.
Yeah. Yeah, but I hate people that assume that they're going to cater to you.
You know what I hate?
Huh?
White hood biz. We need to put that on a shirt. I think that should be on.
We need to make... So Boston, Lily's brother.
Okay, the female that was on the guest, that was our guest last week.
Yeah, my girlfriend, Lily, she was on last week. Mm-hmm. Her brother is like, he's like, do you guys have merch? I want a blanket. Because we're always like...
Oh, we are always using blankets. That's
so
actually...
we need to make blankets.
That would be sick.
If we ever build traction on this, merch, we're going to have I hate white hood biz. And blankets.
Yeah, heck yeah. I created this I don't know, mammogram. I don't know what it's called, but it's like it's 2 words inside of each other. It's the word hope and the word dope, and they're like lined up, and it's like cursive. And I created it just randomly during scripture study on my mission, and I've always said this needs to go on a shirt because it's like a super cool design. But one of these days, maybe I'll
do it. And Roman Atwood always says that if you have any type of, social media thingy, if you don't have merch, you're losing money.
Yeah.
Not losing money, but you're not making money somewhere where you could be.
Mm-hmm. Even when he wasn't making videos, people were still buying the shirts, Mm-hmm. And his shirts are literally like the cheap Gildan shirts that are like $3. And he just throws his logo on it. Like, it's not nice merch. But it has a good message.
Yeah, small more. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in one of the podcasts he was in, or maybe it was his, I think he said he's made more money on the Smile More LLC, whatever, than anything else.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. But he's smart. Smile More, like, bro, people love that kind of crap.
Seriously. Yeah, I would have bought that. When I was a kid and like all YouTubers were all dropping merch, there was so much merch. I wanted that. Like Logan Paul, like when he was... The Maverick hoodie, bro, was the coolest freaking thing, dude. I wanted that so bad. And then Nigahiga dropped Ninja Milk, which was like a milk energy drink. He still sells it, actually. I just saw a clip where because he always has like...
He just streams, right?
Yeah, he just streams Valorant.
Yo,
isn't that
sick.
so crazy?
That is crazy. Dude, that's literally bro, if I was a YouTuber, I would just, nowadays, I think I would just stream.
Yeah, literally, that was always my YouTube dream, was like, okay, I'm going to hit it hard for like 8 years and go super hard, and then I'm just going to retire and just like stream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
because there's so much money in streaming nowadays, so it's not even retiring. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think full-time streamers make more money than YouTubers.
Yeah.
Like-
Unless you're like Mr. Beast. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no one be pulling views like that dude, though. Like, that's crazy.
I think Mr. Beast is going to have a severe downfall pretty soon.
I don't know how he could, though.
But, like, who's watching Mr. Beast videos? You know what I mean?
100 million people.
Yeah, but I guess it's just because it's not videos for me anymore. Because, like, I watched Mr. Beast when he had, like, 100K subs. When he was, like, filling a bathtub with Orbeez. You know what I mean?
When his stuff was on Facebook and crap.
Yes!
Yeah.
I was always watching that stuff. And then I have followed him throughout the years. Same with Dude Perfect. I had watched every single Dude Perfect video up until my mission in 2020, right?
Yeah.
But then now it's like their stuff is very, very kid oriented. You know what I mean? Very high energy. Same with like Mr. Beast. It's very like it's got a rhythm to it that's like kind of like normalized, and instead of just like, oh, I have a video idea, let's go do it with some buddies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just a TV show now.
Exactly.
The company that owns Mr. Beast's company or whatever, Disney owns that company.
Mr. Beast sold his company?
Or like, yeah, whoever, like the largest shareholder is Disney in Mr. Beast's studio, whatever.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah, no, I lost respect for Mr. Beast a while back. I'm not gonna say anything specifically, but
what are we? But no, I think specifically for me, like I've been really enjoying like not highly edited YouTube videos anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of why I've really enjoyed podcasts, because there's really no edits. You know what I mean? It's just raw, you know? And there just seems to be like more of a connection there. You know what I mean? Like the YouTube videos we watched as a kid, we loved Smosh, right? What were our favorite Smosh videos? The try not to laughs before they got
freaking fan mail, dude.
And fan mail, exactly. You know what I mean? Where they literally just sat in front of a camera for 2 hours and were just hanging out as bros.
Dude, I would watch that.
Those were so cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like,
dude, that's one of my dreams, is just to do my own fan mail one day.
yeah, literally. I know we went to the post office and I was like, we're gonna have a PO box one of these days.
Yeah.
But
That would be cool.
yeah, they're just little dreams like that we've always had since we were children, you know? I truly believe if this podcast can get good, then I can start doing YouTube full time, and you can start streaming full time, and then we can hit it from both of those ends, plus we have the podcast. I think it'd be amazing. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna start streaming again.
Yeah. You ever laid in a waterbed before?
Inside, I don't think anyone can. I think they drown.
No,
Like
it's
inside of bed, inside of a
I
waterbed.
didn't say inside. I
did.
said, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
On a waterbed though, yeah, I think so. I think mom and dad had one when we were really young.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I was just at work and I thought about waterbeds, and I'm like,
Why was that a thing?
why was it a thing? Literally just water surrounded by plastic. Like that
Yeah.
could not have been comfortable.
Yeah, that's weird. That's like, I wonder what type of plastic it was. Because was it just an air mattress full of water?
Probably, most likely.
Then what was the point of the water?
I don't know. I just know as a kid, like, I was a weird kid. I wanted a Hummer with spinners, and I wanted a waterbed with freaking goldfish in it, dude. That was me as a child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why have a fish tank if you can have a water bed with fish in it, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Maybe you could put a shark in it.
In a
then-
waterbed?
Yeah.
There's
And then
there's a lot of species of sharks that aren't like great white sharks, you know?
every night you wonder if you're going to die or not.
Yeah. Yo, whoa, that's crazy. You remember the TV show Tanked?
Yeah, I love that show.
You should look it up. Apparently, like, the two main guys have, like, hate each other now.
Really?
I think one of them went to jail also for, like, beating his wife, I think, or something like that. Or cheated on his wife. And, like, apparently, if you're a child, turn away at this point of the podcast. Just skip ahead a couple clicks, you know. Apparently, You know the brother who married the sister, and that's how he's in the thing. You know.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was just always watching porn on the work computer, just constantly.
What the heck?
Yeah, which is very interesting.
Was this like a YouTube video or something?
Yeah, it was like a person that was like reviewed all the crap that's come out about it and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting, and how like the tanks that they made, they didn't make them like sustainable for actual fish. Like it was a super bad living environment for the fish. But also, who cares? It's a fish. You know what I mean? Who cares? If I want to put a baseball mitt in my fish tank, I'm gonna put a baseball mitt in my fish tank.
Your fish gonna die.
Literally, who cares? You know what I mean? Just put new fish in there. Literally.
You gonna die. I mean, it depends on the fish. Some fish are expensive.
Yeah, literally.
Dude, do you remember that fish tank video game on the phone?
Yeah, dude.
I loved that game growing up.
There's so many classic games. Or that like frog one where you just jump to leapfrog and leapfrogs.
What?
Do you remember that one?
Leapfrog?
It was on our like elementary school iPods. Remember?
Yeah. Vaguely.
Dude, I remember on those elementary school iPods they had this like Apple Ninja game where like you had to do math and it would like I don't remember. I could see it. I can't verbalize it though. You know. And then they had the Oregon Trail. That was so awesome.
That was a good game.
It was so good. And they don't have it on the App Store anymore. Like, that specific version doesn't exist anywhere.
Weird.
And it sucks because I remember having a lot of fun.
Lot of fun.
Yeah. But something that popped up in my head recently, kind of a topical subject. The Chargers, they just released 2 new uniforms, okay? So they have an alternate dark blue helmet to kind of look like when we were kids, how they had the all dark blue uniforms, right? And everyone's like, this is the best uniform in the league, right? And then they came out with an all yellow uniform, right? Which is ugly.
That'd be stupid.
But let's talk about the dark blue one, right? When we were growing up, the Chargers always had the dark blue look, right? And everybody was like, dude, can we please go back to the powder blue, light blue ones? Those were the best ones, right? And so what did they do? They went back to it. And everyone's like, oh, these are the cleanest uniforms ever, right? And fast forward 5-6 years, everyone's like, oh, we miss the dark blue ones. We're sick of these ones, right? And so now they're introducing the dark blue alternates, right? And everyone's like, oh, this is the cleanest uniform. 5 years ago, you were sick of these uniforms.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, people change their minds about jerseys consistently, and I don't understand. You know what I mean? The Raiders uniforms are beautiful. They don't need to change. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and they'll always be beautiful, you know?
I do wish we'd go back to the logo where it was like gray and like
yeah, it was
black.
like where the words Raiders was like black, and then below that was white or gray or whatever. Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, I bought a hat just because it had that logo on it.
Bro, speaking of, August 7th, Raiders play.
Really?
Yep.
When is the Pro Bowl game? Not the Pro Bowl game, but the Hall of Fame game.
I have no idea.
It's the first preseason.
The first preseason game is a Hall of Fame game? I didn't know that.
It is every single year.
August
Nathan.
7th.
Yeah, that's when they induct all the Hall of Fame people.
At 5.
August 7th?
And then Raiders play it on the 8th, yeah.
Heck
At
yeah.
8.
Who are they
on the
playing
7th.
against?
The Seahawks.
Oh, that'll be fun because
Preseason doesn't matter though.
Pat McAfee or whatever, you know. But
Now
yeah.
I want to see how Geno looks. Obviously, it's preseason, doesn't really matter, but
Yeah. Speaking of Geno Smith, has nothing to do with him, but I saw my favorite podcast. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I listen to it. They release a episode every day of the week except for Saturday, Sunday.
that's crazy.
So it's like an hour-long episode. It's like a morning show. They're called The Morning Shift. Right? Remember I accidentally kept calling us The Morning Shift that one episode? It's these 3 New Zealand dudes, you know what I mean? And like one day they'll talk about like rugby and soccer. The next day they'll talk about basketball. You know, they'll talk about whatever. You know, they're just dudes, you know?
Yeah.
I love the podcast. But they are like, them and the Raiders are like doing a bunch of collabs right now.
What?
Because there was a rule in the NFL that like specific teams couldn't like advertise in certain countries. I don't know like the specific like rules behind it or whatever, but they opened up those rules, and so the Raiders are in New Zealand right now trying to like turn all the New Zealand people into Raider fans, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah. So the Raiders have teamed up with them, and they've like sent him out to go hang out at the field. You know what I mean? And like there was a big like rugby like World Cup type thing going on, and they sent some of our offensive linemen to go watch it with these guys also. You know,
That's
and
sick.
like the Raiders players, like 2 of our offensive linemen were on their podcast. And I'm like, this
Towers
is
Johnson?
Yeah.
Let's
it
go.
Was, yeah, it was.
Dude, that kid's a stud.
No, honestly, I kind of have a disdain towards him.
Why?
Because I see myself
In that
in
guy?
that position, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm just like, man, you know.
Well, because even this last season, he was all over the place. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure he played every position on the line.
Yeah, well,
at
he
one
wasn't
point.
even a starter at the beginning of the season, right?
I think he was.
I mean, was he? Well, he must have
'Cause he
started
was-
guard or something because our center got injured.
And then he took center spot. Yeah, yeah.
And he said on Max Crosby's podcast that they were gonna move him to like tackle or something, but then he told the coach, he's like, "Hey, I played center in college. Let me be center," and then he became our center. Now
Yeah.
he's the center, you know.
Yeah.
So and he's taken on a big leadership role, and him and Max Crosby are good friends now too. So like he's been on that podcast twice now in the past like 2 months. So
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I'm excited. I just think it's a cool little coinky dink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then might get dad into watching the morning shift. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Just don't watch the episodes where they talk about like soccer and stuff, you know, because who cares about soccer or rugby, you know? But yeah, I love that podcast. I just think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But all right, we got a little game we can do here, top 5, right? So I figured we should start doing like more games and stuff on the podcast, you know. So if you guys have any game ideas, let us know. But we're gonna do top 5 specifically. We're gonna do top 5 smells. Would you like to go first?
No.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay. Top 5 smells. I don't have these in any specific order, right? But the first one, a fresh book. You know what I mean? Like you get a new book, you smell that bad boy. You know what I mean? You smell that bad boy. I love that smell. There's just something about it. You know what I mean? And then, okay, check this one out. This one's an underrated smell, okay? Water. Specifically, no, check this out. Specifically when you're like super dehydrated and when you smell it, you almost get vapor into your nose and it smells like water. You know what I mean?
I guess.
It's awesome.
I don't think I've ever smelled water before.
You don't think you've ever smelled? Oh, dude, you gotta smell some ice cold water, my guy. And then I have this one. You're also again gonna disagree with me. I have school supplies. Like let's go deep here real quick. I loved going to school until 7th grade. Okay, and one of them was because I'm a creative type, you know, so I like drawing. I like new notebooks because you can fill them with sketches and crap like that, right? But I loved everything about getting school supplies. I love school supply shopping. Like, oh, you get the notebooks. You try to convince mom to get the mechanical pencils. But then mom's like, no, they break. You know what I mean? But then you just accidentally be breaking. You know what I mean? I never understood mom's beef with the mechanical pencils. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. You know, but then you get the crayons and you get the crayon markers and like just all the smells and you put them in a backpack. You know what I mean? It's just like the smell was just so good, you know? Mm-hmm. I know you don't agree because you hated school. But I loved that smell. Oh,
I'm with you a little bit.
And then when you like went to go visit the school and see your teacher for the first time, like 2 weeks before school, that was cool. You know.
Yeah, I like
And then
that.
you run into your bud from the last year, and you're like, oh, hey, oh, you're in that classroom. Oh, you're one classroom away from me. Heck yeah, we'll go to recess at the same time. You know.
Yeah.
And then you see that baddie, and then you're like, hey, yo, mom, that's my chick right there. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And then your mom's like, hey, you ever talk to her? And be like, nah, I'm too scared, bruh. But I love player. I almost got married in 4th grade.
Yeah?
I think I told that story on the podcast already.
I have no idea.
But there's a chick who liked me, you know,
Uh-huh.
and she got jealous that I was marrying this other chick, so she told our teacher, and then we got in trouble, and so we had to call our wedding off.
What the freak?
I know, but I didn't even want to get married. It was all her thing, you know.
Yeah.
And then I ended our relationship because my best friend at the time, Cole Ledford, this is 4th grade. He's like, he literally came up to me. He's like, Craig, you haven't been hanging out with me anymore during recess. You're always hanging out with Brixton. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then I was like, literally, he said that, and I was like, okay, cool. I'll just break up with her. And he's like, really? You'll do that? I'm like, yeah. And I just walked over to her, and I'm like, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, she's gonna be devastated. She's losing her boyfriend. You know what I mean? But it bros before. You know what I mean? And I specifically remember as a child thinking, bros before, but then I didn't say it, you know, because I was a little kid, you know what I mean? But in my head, I could hear, I was like, this is what Dad would say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I never said it, you know, which I don't know, that's just a little thing that I remember, you know? And so I walk up to her, you know, and I'm like, hey, my best friend doesn't like the way you've been treating him, because she's also treated him really poorly, you know?
Yeah.
Doesn't like the way you've been treating him and how I've been spending too much time with you and not hanging out with him, so I have to end our relationship. We can't see each other anymore. And you know how she reacted?
What?
Okay. Dude, that was the first time I ever felt heartbroken.
What a bitch.
I'm like, bro, we were boyfriend, girlfriend. We almost got married, and you have zero reaction to us breaking up.
She's a narcissist.
That's what I'm saying, bro. No, and then that was 4th grade, and then 6th grade we were in math class, and she was reading Attack on Titan, you know, and I was like, what the heck? Why'd I break up with her? She said, hey, she's a nerd, you know, and then she also that same year, no, sorry, this would be 7th grade. Then that same year, we had our final was in science class. You had to pick a country, and she picked Japan. And I wanted to pick Japan because of Dragon Ball. You know what I mean? I wanted to make a whole presentation about Dragon Ball, but then I had to pick Australia instead.
Oh,
on it, mate.
Crazy.
But then she brought. I know I'm going on a complete 12 different tangents right now, right?
It's a lot of smells.
But I forgot we were talking about that. But then she brought. Because for extra credit you could make food from this specific country. So she brought sushi. I never had sushi before. She also brought wasabi. I'd never had wasabi before. But we stop. Don't ever do that again.
Do what, bro?
Stop.
I'm having a freaking. I'm just listening. I'm doing motions with
the oceans.
What?
Yeah, and so I was excited to try both of these things, right? And she was like, "Be careful, you know it's hot." And I'm like, "You ain't my girlfriend no more." So I put a whole bunch of it on there, you know. And I ate the whole sushi in one bite. You know what I mean? And it was the hottest thing I'd ever experienced up until that life, and it was disgusting also, you know.
Yeah, wasabi's no joke.
And so I was trying to hold it in, but I was in the back, you know, thankfully, and so I just had a piece of paper out, just spit it out. And I looked around, nobody saw me. I just kept going like this, acting like I was still eating it.
Wait. I got something to say.
All right.
Shout out to some random girl in 2nd grade.
Okay.
You wanna know why?
Why?
Nah, this might have been 1st grade. This was early. We were still living in Texas, probably.
Okay.
This was early. I'm sitting there, right? You know, I'm a kid. I don't clean out my nose very well. And I remember, and you know, I used to sneeze like this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So one day, I freaking sneezed, snotted all over my hands, right? And I'm just sitting here like this, because I don't want to move. Because I got snot all over me. I don't know where the tissues are, right? And the teacher's just talking. And I no joke, I remember sitting there like this for 10 minutes, right? And then this little girl noticed. She brought me some tissues.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
That's so wholesome.
Right? And in that, I was too embarrassed to I'm sure I said thank you, but no, it was crazy. To this day. No, I think about it every once in a while, but that made me think of it. But 2nd grade, she was that aware of what happened.
Yeah.
Brought me some tissue.
Yeah. I have a 2nd grade story. I vividly remember Maynard, Texas, you know, we were doing a little science fair type of thing, and some black kid, so I don't know why I said it like that. There was this black kid. We lived in Texas, so there was black people, unlike growing in Utah where we live right now, you know. And he brought he just had 2 liters with blue color dye water, and then he would just shake it like this, and it would make a tornado. and it would like go down the thing, and it was like the coolest thing. And I remember we were all just so mesmerized by it, and I was like teed off, you know, because I was like, that's just 2 liters with some food coloring, you know, and I was like, I could do that. But I wasn't assigned this, you know what I mean? And then I remember there was like the janitor or something, like he brought like dry ice and he like had specific gloves on. He's like, now kids, don't touch this. And then he took his glove off and he grabbed it. And he's like, ah! He's like, see, it hurts. I'm like, this guy is a weirdo. But I vividly remember, like I can still visualize it. And then I remember there was a power outage one time and they were like, had a cart full of like milks and stuff. Do you remember that? Because the milk would go bad, and I stole like 7 milks and just stuffed it into my backpack.
I used to take so much milk.
Dude, that was back before the stupid food plate. This is back in the pyramid days, bro.
Huh?
It was pre-Michelle Obama, effing up our school lunches.
Oh, yeah, bro.
I do think it's so funny how, like, it doesn't matter liberal, conservative, gay, straight. Everyone hates that Michelle Obama messed with our school lunches.
Yeah.
I just think that's so funny. It's one of those things that transcends like everything, you know.
Yeah.
There's the hatred for Michelle Obama and what she or specifically what she did.
And it's a dude.
Yeah, she is a dude. But yeah, what are your top 5 smells?
You didn't finish.
Those are the only 3 I had because I knew I was going to talk about them for a while.
Oh, okay. Vanilla. That's got to be
like the flavoring or like the actual.
And all the above. Anything vanilla.
Okay.
It's just top tier.
I understand.
I freaking love vanilla. Orange. Some fresh.
California.
You cut through a fresh orange.
Oh yeah.
You see the.
Sorry.
Because it's full of liquid, right?
Yeah.
You see it.
Sorry.
And, oh, dude, I smelt it right
do
there,
that again.
bro.
Do that again.
Nope, I'm not doing that again. Citrus, bro. Some fresh citrus, right?
Yeah. Dude, I remember. Sorry, I'll let you go. I'm sorry. I'll stop telling stories.
Go ahead. Okay.
No, I remember we were at our aunt and uncle's house, Tim and Kim. And
Friend of the podcast.
Friend of the podcast, yeah. Actually, I took our cousin Tanner's. I took his phone, and I'm like, hey, give me your phone real quick. He's like, why? And then I went to the podcast app and I rated our podcast 5 stars, and I wrote a review as if I was him. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So that's our first review, was me on his. Yeah, I remember we were, and I was in the upstairs bathroom. I dropped a dooskies, right? And I hate pooping. That's one thing about me. I can't stand it. It's my least favorite part of the day. I hate it so much. Which is funny because I love eating so much. It's like my favorite, which is like a cause and effect. You know what I mean? But they had like air freshener that smelled like an orange. And it smelled like an orange pasture, dude. It was so delicious. I literally stayed in the bathroom even after I pooped just to keep just smelling it. It was awesome. And then they like after the 3rd year of us visiting there for the summer, they gave me one, you know. But then it wasn't the same. I refused to use it because I'm like, no, this is like vacation in California during the summer smell type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, continue with your smells.
Home Depot.
Really?
Bro, every time you walk into Home Depot, that's glorious smell.
Just that lumber smell, the earthy smell.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, so not only school, but you walk into the book fair.
The Scholastic Book Fair. Ooh.
Because they got all the scented crap. For some reason, they loved the scented stuff.
Scented, yeah. I had one that was like a star. Oh, it was so
it was like a fidget.
Yes, dude. Oh, and then the really long colored pencils. I had one that smelled like root beer, dude.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Oh my gosh.
And they were like made out of newspaper or something.
Yes, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Kids just don't have it like that.
And then around that time, they'd make orders for these giant suckers? The giant suckers?
The one with the scorpions and stuff in them?
Nope. They had like sour ones. There was like sour ones. They were like thick. They were like that.
You were a lollipop and loving mother sucker when you was a child.
Yeah, I'd steal those from people.
Yeah,
you leave them on your desk, they're mine.
Yeah, that's the same with your phone charger. You leave your charger and it's there the next day, I'm taking that crap.
What?
That was like high school.
At school?
That was like high school, yeah.
And then I didn't really have another one.
So you didn't have 5?
No, I thought.
Did we both have 3?
That was 4.
Oh, okay.
But nah, freaking vanilla.
Vanilla.
Vanilla's gotta be my number 1.
Yeah. I was expecting you to say like the ocean or something like that, you know, or like the smell of your woman. You know what I mean?
She wears a lot of vanilla stuff, I think.
You know what I don't like the smell of?
Huh?
I don't know if I should say this. Africans.
What the hell, bro?
I just don't like their smell. I can't. It's not racist. You know
No,
what?
they definitely have a smell.
It's
yeah.
oil. They smell like oil because they put oils in their hair and stuff all the time. And there's just a specific smell I'm not a fan of. But isn't it so interesting that like every race has its own smell though?
Yeah.
Like I close my eyes, I could smell a Mexican, a black person, and a white person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess so.
Cool beans, man. What do you want to talk about? Anything specific on the podcast here today?
No, I think that's all I got.
All right. Well, I could talk about a little experience I had. It's about the last thing I wanted to talk about.
All right, go ahead.
Oh no, I'll talk about one thing and then I'll talk about that. Okay.
How long have we been going for?
I don't know. Let's check.
I got like no energy.
I have like no energy either. So sorry about this episode of the podcast of the episode of the podcast. 41 minutes. So let me just talk about these 2 things and then I just kicked a light. And then we can skedaddle. Because I gotta go to bed anyways. I don't like people who vape. So like I was leaving a store and one of the store managers was walking into the store and he just hit a vape on his way in. And I just saw that and I'm like, I just lost all respect for this person. I don't know what it is about me. I don't know if it's the way I was raised, the way I was wired. Like there's just certain things about my brain that I'm just like, no. Like fake boobs, vaping, you know what I mean? That's all like the same in my brain. I just see that and I'm like, I don't like this at all. It like pisses me off.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's just me, man.
You're weird. You're judgmental. That's just.
I don't know if it's judgmental because it's in my core. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
things in your core.
That's horrible to have that in your core.
I just don't like it, you know? But I also think it's like, but it's bad. It is bad because then I think like, oh, fake boobs, you have body dysmorphia, hit the gym. Look at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you're addicted to vaping. I'm addicted to food. Look at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I know people are saying the same thing, but like also like, I don't like thinking that deep. I don't like thinking deep like that. You know what I mean? Unless it's like saying like dinosaurs didn't exist because they were actually dragons type of, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the second thing was something I just got back from today. I went to the stand-up comedy show.
Oh, you did?
Open mic, yeah. I did not perform, but I went, right? Cause
When did you go?
It started at 7
Oh.
p.m. So, yeah.
In Salt Lake?
Yeah, no, I left early, though, because, yeah, it's literally like 12 minutes away from us.
Oh, that's crazy.
No, I left early because I went, the same chick who cut my hair, I went with her.
What?
Yeah.
I thought you said you went to a barber.
Yeah. A barber shop was a chick who cut my hair.
You got her number?
No, I had already had her number.
Oh, and she's like, hey, let me cut your hair at my shop.
Yeah, well, I found out she's a barber, and I'm like, oh, hey, are you good at, you know? And she showed me pictures, and I'm like, okay, I'll get my hair cut.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, and I wanted to go to this thing, but, like, none of my buds who live in Provo could go, you know? You can go because you're at work, you know? And I'm like, I don't want to go by myself because it's like a bar, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's not a member or anything, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, she'll feel comfortable at like a bar sort of scenario type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very eye-opening because I've been trying to think about these jokes and like trying to like think about like, oh, are people gonna laugh at this? Bro, in Salt Lake City, Utah, you guys suck at comedy. I'm sorry to break it to you, dude. I was there from like 7 to 9, dude. I laughed like 5 times. And not a single time was like, that's hilarious.
They were just like,
The closest was this black dude. One black dude, okay? No, this is funny, right? There was one black guy in the audience, right? And then there was one black comedian, right? At like hour like 2, you know what I mean? And then he started making black jokes, and he was like looking around. And then he saw the black dude. He just like walked up to the black dude, and then he just started telling the jokes to him, the black dude, because he could like relate to it. Little did he know I'm black and I'm in the back type of thing. You know what I mean? There we go, Wesley Snipes or Martha Stewart or whatever her name is. You know what I mean?
Rosa Parks.
Thank you very much. That's what I said.
No, it's not.
But I know. But yeah, like he was just kind of doing like a more of like a Dave Chappelle type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was still good. You know. And there was a couple jokes that I totally had heard before. I'm like, you stole this joke before, you know. But there was one dude who went up and he's like, I'm gonna tell some bad jokes and I'm possessed by a demon. And then he went like this.
What the freak?
And then he like went over like this, and he's like, and then he started talking like this. And it's like 3-minute sets, and then he's like. He's like, nah, I'm the bad joke demon. And then he literally just sat for 3 minutes, just did that voice and told the worst jokes possible. And I'm like, this guy's, just because you have bad jokes doesn't mean you can play a character and make the jokes not, like, it was so terrible, Nathan. And then there was another dude who his whole jokes was about that he came from like a polygamous family, you know? And like I typed on my phone because I didn't want to say it out loud, and I showed it to the chick. I'm like, this dude looks like a school, you know what I mean? And then she typed, she's like, this dude is definitely an incest kid, and I'm like, yes, he totally was.
That's funny.
And then like after his set, he was like, yeah, come on Saturday, we have a comedy roundup. That's like apparently this thing where like he hosts it, this like freaking incest baby. Like, again, not funny in any way, shape, or form, but somehow he's like, hosts a comedy show every Saturday that like, it's like 2 comedians go against each other and you have 1 minute to tell jokes. Whoever gets the most amount of laughs goes on in the bracket type of thing, you know? And guess who the co-host was? The demon dude. The 2 least funniest people in that whole entire show. And you know they go up there every single week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is child's work right here. Like I could, and everyone who was performing was like old, like not old but like 35. You know what I mean? There was one dude who was like in his early 20s, this like Asian dude who like made a bunch of Japanese jokes, and he's like, and like nobody was laughing. He's like, yeah, you guys are not the crowd for me. You guys are too old. And I was like, I understand your jokes. They weren't good, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to be cocky because when I go up there, I'm probably not going to get any laughs or whatever, you know. But like, I'm good at public speaking. Like, I like talking in church. I don't want to, but I really enjoy it. At least I did on my mission. And then I took 2 public speaking classes, and I freaking was so good at those. And when I went to college in person.
Yeah.
And so now all I have to do is just, but you know what I mean? But then like, it was like so long, and I was so ready to just leave, you know what I mean? And then the other chick,
you know I speak English, right?
What do you mean?
You always say, you know what I mean. Like after every sentence, you're like, you know what I mean? Oh, you know what I mean? You're like, bro, yes, I understand you.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I need to fix my grammar. But
Like, you can say that every once in a while.
Bro, Lauren, our cousin, used to always make fun of me for that. Anytime I'd be talking, and she'd be like, you know what I mean? Like, she'd be in the corner, and I'd just be like talking to somebody else, and then you just hear her say, you know what I mean?
That's
like,
funny.
shut up. Like, I have an issue.
That's funny.
But, yeah, like, we were both like, all right, let's get out of here. Because it's just, we were there for like 2.5 hours, and we're like, this is so boring, right?
Yeah.
But then, like, as we were about to get up, there was like a hot chick that went up, you know? Like an older lady, like an MILF, you know, type of thing, you know? Leather pants and all, you know? Why did you just make that noise?
I don't know.
I'm like, oh, wait, one second. Yeah, we got to watch this one, you know? And then, oh my gosh, Nathan, let me tell you the story, okay? Let's just say, let me just preface, we left halfway through what she talked about because it was not funny, it was disturbing and disgusting. And so we're already planning on leaving, we got to leave in the middle of this set because this is terrible, right? Yeah. So she goes up there. She's like, "This is my first time ever being up here."
Oh God.
Right. And then she proceeded to talk about the first time she saw. Okay, again, if you are young, skip this part of the podcast. Just end the podcast. The podcast is over.
That's all women talk about, bro.
Okay, yes, I know.
It's all sexual.
But it wasn't. Everything she said was not funny. It was disgusting. Okay, because she said, "Let me talk about the first time I saw a penis." Okay,
I knew it.
Let me tell you. Okay. She's like, it was my dad's. That's how she opens it. Okay, and then she's like, "Don't worry, everybody. It was my stepdad's." Like she was expecting whatever, you know. And then everybody was like, "Oh, you know," because the stupid thing. And then she was like, "I was 6." And then everyone's like, "Oh," right? And she was like, "Yeah." So it was me, a 6-year-old, my little sister who was 3, and then my little brother who was 1. And we were just sitting on the couch watching. She said Garfield. She said we were all sitting on the couch watching Garfield. And my stepdad, I vividly remember this because the story was so bad. Okay, and she's like, my stepdad came out in a robe and sat on the couch right in between us, right? And just had his arms around us and stuff, you know. And then she was like, and then she said, he laughed so hard that his penis fell out, right? Disgusting, right? And then she proceeded to be like, it was so. Okay, again, skip this part if you're a kid.
Nah, I don't. Okay, but that's.
And then I need you to live what I lived, okay, Nathan?
Bro, what?
And then she said, it was so thick and muscly.
Nah.
Like she was describing it. She was 6, okay? And then she was like, and then after she described it in too much detail, she's like, then my 1-year-old brother thought it was a toy, so he grabbed it and stuck it in my mouth.
No, this is so.
That's what I'm saying.
She's lying, bro. That did not happen.
Whether it did or not, it's not funny. It's disgusting. Okay, and like that's when we got up and left.
What
you know what I mean?
And
as we were leaving, she had said some other stuff, but I couldn't think of. I had to stop listening type thing. You know. So as we're walking out, there was like the black dude who was the bouncer. He's like, I would leave at this part too. You know, which I was like, thanks, brother. But then there was like, you could tell her girlfriend, her best friend, you know, was up there in the back recording it, like just laughing super hard the whole time. I'm like, this is disgusting.
Yeah, no,
like nothing about this was funny. You didn't open it with a funny one line or nothing. It just kept getting grosser and grosser, dude.
Yeah, that's a disgusting made-up story.
Yeah.
And why is that the story she made up to tell? Like, what?
She was 6. Her brother was 1. Her sister was 3.
Yeah, nah, that's something you don't tell people if that actually happened.
Oh my gosh, dude.
That's weird.
Yeah. And 4 different stand-up comedians brought up Brokeback Mountain.
No, while she was doing comedy, all the guys were laughing though, huh?
No one was laughing. It was dead silent.
Really?
It was so weird.
I assumed all the guys would be laughing.
The only time she got a chuckle was when she said, "Don't worry, it's my stepdad."
Yeah.
Then everyone was like, you know, all the people were like, but then she's like, "I was 6." Silence. But then she had so much energy, like that she.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4 people brought up Brokeback Mountain, and I'm like, why do people keep bringing this up? You know what I mean? But yeah, there was probably I probably saw like there was a lot of them because like there were 3-minute sets, and then we were there for like 2.5 hours or something, right? Or 2 hours, something like that. There's probably like 3 decent stand-ups. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The rest of them so bad.
Yeah.
So now I'm not going back just to watch because it was not a fun experience, you know? Because you're just hoping to laugh, but you just can't because it's not really that funny, you know?
Yeah.
But I will go back in like 2 weeks and like perform, you know? So, and then leave right after.
Yeah.
So, and it's cool because they have a camera, so they record it. So I don't need to bring anybody with me. I can just go. But I'll probably bring somebody with me just to record on the phone too.
Yeah.
Because their camera is like an old camera type thing, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a super gross way to end my day.
Yeah, I hate that person. I hope they get hit by a bus.
Yeah. It's a daughter of God. Let's not.
That's okay.
All right.
He can handle it from there.
Okay. I understand. I understand. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's all I got for the podcast. You got anything else for the podcast for the people?
No.
Neither do I. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. I already talked about it twice. Leave a 5 stars review. Drop 5. How do I say it?
Leave a 5-star review.
Leave a 5-star review and write the review as well. And we will talk about it on the podcast.
Word.
And yeah, we have, this is on YouTube under the same exact name. It's on all your podcast platforms, at least Apple and Spotify. I don't know about the other ones, but probably most likely, I think so. And
Word.
yeah, I mean, that's about it. Stay tuned. We got some good stuff coming out. I got a new podcast I'm going to be coming out, and the first guest on there will be Nathan Lugio W here, talking about specifically his experiences with working with Pepsi. We got some construction workers, some railroaders. We got some good stuff, some barbers type stuff like that too. So yeah, me and Nathan are going to go do the hokey pokey and turn it all around and do the Helen Keller. What is the Helen Keller? Did I say that right?
No.
And do the Helen Keller?
No, bro.
How's that song?
Why the frick would she be in that song?
That's what I was so confused about.
Do hokey pokey, bro.
Why did I say Helen Keller?
I don't know.
She was the one who flew the planes.
No, she was the one that was blind and deaf.
But she could speak, right?
Probably not. She probably.
Okay. It's Monday.
What? I'm just telling
But
you.
it's okay.
Go to the gym.
Talk to you guys next week.
Say your prayers.